really try.
Well,
So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So we're so excited to really just dive right in. We're going to be talking about consistency and how that really drives everything in your business. And when I was thinking about what this training really needed to be focused on, it's not about the glitz, it's not about the glamour, it's not about the fancy files and the fancy emails and all these little things that we do to stay relevant in our business. It's about the small, insignificant, consistent day to day texting the customer while you're in the middle of trying to eat, texting the customer while you're in between doing stuff with your kids or you're at work. Like, doing those little day-to-day insignificant things really are the most significant parts of what builds your business. And so I'm really excited to talk about this because as I have transitioned, I've been through a lot of transitions this year. One of the biggest ones being moving to Raleigh from Greenville and not only transitioning where I moved. A lot of people are thinking, oh, she moved, that's a transition. No, I had to transition the entire way I ran my business. Because if you guys knew what my office looked like at my old house, I had inventory on hand, people could shop. It was just a totally different way that I was working. I was doing holiday pop ups, all kinds of things. So when I moved here, I had to go, okay, I literally have a closet that I share with my entire family. What am I going to do? And so I quickly started realizing that it's these small actions of, Chloe, what do you do that makes you successful? Okay, you're going to start with an accountability task list, which I trained on with Coco, and that's simply just making my dates for every single day of Monday through Friday. I don't work on the weekends. I know some people do. I don't. Um, but you have to do what's going to drive your goals for you. I also don't have a Monday through Friday job aside from Cincy. So why in the hell would I work on weekends? That's ridiculous. And so for me, I had to go ahead and just say, okay, let me make my accountability task. That's going to keep me consistent. That's also going to show me, and I literally have my sheet behind me in the corner. I've stapled it. I started it September 1st, so I can go back to October 1st. I've gotten 3 new recruits this month and 12 reinstatements. So there is something I did this month with those tasks that's working, because you guys know, if you're on here and you've been a consultant for more than 3 years, especially if you're a leader, you know what drives a business is sales. And the next thing after that is consistent recruiting. And I was really struggling with recruiting. And so I knew that me being accountable and looking at, okay, what tasks am I doing on a weekly basis to market recruiting, to reach out one-on-one, to be intentional about not just somebody's a new customer, but if they're a new customer, am I writing them down to say they are going to be a potential recruit, those kinds of things. And so 2 points I want to give you guys before Justin talks. And I want to start with this. Success is built in the small actions day after day that seem mediocre. The lie that you've been told is fast and short is going to create something worth having, but everything that's built best is built slow and steady, and it's called compounding. So those slow, steady actions that we honestly, guys, how many of you beat yourself up over, like, well, just sent 40 texts out to follow up and only 2 replied? We're forgetting that we're being consistent and they saw it. Or did that post and only 3 people liked it on Facebook? People are still seeing it. It is the consistency in the day to day, the slow and steady, the short that is building rapport, which me and Justin had a big issue today with rapport with a situation we were dealing with. If your customer doesn't have rapport with you, meaning they don't trust and value what you're selling or what you have to say, they're never going to buy from you. They're never going to join under you. So being that consistent consultant that's showing up, that's sharing what your business is, that's giving excellent customer service, that's offering to do pre-orders for tomorrow's holiday drop, okay? That is going to build and build and build over time. And I think that sometimes you just need to hear that reminder, because we think that we've got to be bigger and better, or we get discouraged, or we have life events that come up that make it hard. But that is why these 2 things I'm going to talk about are going to help you guys. So the first thing is consistency creates momentum. This is so true. And I am really big on momentum because I'm my own business owner, just like you guys. I need to pat myself on the back. I need to do things that are going to make me feel like I'm doing something worth doing. And so when you're doing these small daily systems like an accountability checklist, like a weekly task list, prioritizing what you're doing in your business for the week, really prepping for the week ahead. This is something too, by the way, that I do on Sundays. So I want to remind you guys that it is just like how you prep for what you're going to eat for your meals for the week or what you're going to dress your kids in. Like I laid my kids' clothes on the floor on Sunday. It was a game changer. It's the little things. But with your business, are you prepping the week before for what you're doing that next week? I guarantee you, if I asked all 27 of you, actually go in the comments, who prepped for their business this week on Sunday? Who prepped for what you were going to do, how you were going to work? I love it. I love to see it, Kylie. I love to see it. So you guys can see in the comments, and most of these people that are commenting, literally, I have top sales postcards going in the mail to them. They went in the mail today. Literally.
Courtney Reyes, I prep a month in advance.
Literally, she was number 2 in sales for this month. Sorry, I literally just did the top sales early. I did it today. Don't judge me. I've had a hard week. Okay. We did top sales early. But what I'm saying is, I want us, every single person I have seen comment on here that's saying they prepped, they are in our top sales mail. The proof is in the pudding. So if you guys are wanting to see how do I create consistency, it is prepping for what in the heck you're going to do in your business for that next week, that next month. Okay. Daily systems, small steps add up to massive growth. Showing up in your business every day, even in small ways. This is why it's so important that you stay engaged with what products Scentsy has coming out with, like Justin talked about in the beginning of the call, and also staying engaged with using, guys, I went in the Scentsy marketing tab today and filtered out to just see videos, and I did newest to oldest, and I just saved on my computer like 3 videos. If you went in my story right now, you're going to see professional videos from Scentsy from the holiday collection that I just went and found. They have Snoopy, they have all these things. You could go in tonight, and I want to encourage you. If you have not went in the marketing tab and you have not saved videos and those professional images they even have videos of warmers. You can go on the website right now and you can look at the warmers. I put some in my store today, and they have videos of the warmers that you can just save from your website.
Thank you, Scentsy, right?
Yeah, I saw that today. I was like, I'm saving that. That's going in my store because some people like to see moving things, moving objects. That's what stories are all about. Seeing your hands, seeing the products. If you didn't know, now you know. But consistency is going to build trust. Again, that rapport in the customer. Does your customer trust you? Does your invisible customer, or does your follower trust you? Are you consistent with what you're sharing? Not just online, I'm not just talking about online. I'm talking about when you're consistently following up. What is your follow-up app? What are you using to follow up? If you're not using one, use the Scentsy app. I know a lot of you guys too use Project Broadcast. Y'all know I use Hit 'em Up. I'm obsessed with Hit 'em Up. That's just what I'm comfortable with. But whatever your app is that you're using to follow up, are you consistent? Is that in your weekly task list? If you are not at your sales goal, I want to ask why you're not following up more. If you're following up once a week with all your customers or doing customer engagement stuff once a week to reach out to them one-on-one, do it more. Do it more than once a week. There is no such thing as I'm going to do that once a week and I'm good. No, customer follow-up is a continuous thing. We also have the incentive for fall. So that's a great way to create momentum in your business when you're using, guys, look, I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of pretty little flyers out there to keep up with the incentive. This is so easy. It's in your incentive tab. You just fill in the dots when you hit where you're at. Okay. You need to be keeping up, pepping yourself up, hyping yourself up to see where you're at so you can plan ahead accordingly to see, okay, what am I doing with my recruits? I literally put all my recruits from the past 2 months in a Hit 'em Up app today to make sure I was being more consistent because I was like, I need to be way more consistent with how I'm driving them, what I'm planning for them in October, etc. And I was like, that is something I was lacking last month. And so you've got to look at when you're trying to earn things like an incentive, or even more so when you have someone join your team, you want them to be successful. That is a consistency factor that you have to look at as a consultant. How are you being consistent in giving the people that are on your team the tools and the tips? That is why using something like Hit 'em Up, Project Broadcast, an app where you can essentially have them all in one group, but they're getting individual text. but it's all the same information you can get out to your new team members or reinstatements. I treat both the same for me. That's just personally what I do. And so I want you to think going into October, what you're doing to be consistent with your team. Awards, that's another way you can create momentum through consistency. Earning new consultant awards, earning the little incentive Cincy gives, earning the incentive this fall. And lastly, paid at title. You know, this is a big deal. If you're paid at title, I want you to comment right now in the comments because this is a very big deal. This is something we have been really struggling with and working towards. So if you are paid at title, me and Justin just want to say we are so proud of you.
It's huge.
We know the momentum.
Let's go.
Yes, I'm so proud of you guys. Yes, Casey, I know you had texted me. Coco, this is momentum building. How hyped does it make you feel to be paid a title? No, like literally. I've gotten the text from all of you guys throughout the years. I know through hearing how y'all feel when you're not paid a title, how defeating that can be. I also want to say if you are halfway to paid at title, you are halfway to your goal. Your consistency needs to be amped the F up for October, even more focused, even more driven, even more accountability, more focused on what did you do in September. And if you don't know what you did in September, that means you were not being accountable to yourself and you don't have a system that works. If you don't know what you did that didn't work this month, you need a new system. Okay. You need to track yourself. So, and just following up with your customers and hosts, I already talked about that, and being consistent on social. Social is free. Social is free. I want to encourage you before you scroll on anything at all on social, have you shared your story of what you're doing, who you are, and what you're selling? I literally don't scroll on social media. I know that's really bad to say, but I don't. When I'm on social, it's a business for me. I'm sharing with my family and friends, and I'm sharing with my prospects, and I'm sharing with my customers, and I'm sharing with the future ones. That is the trifecta of what I'm doing on there. And so if you are not using social to your advantage, using what Cincy's giving us in the marketing tab, using Pinterest, oh my gosh, somebody orders, guys, go on Pinterest, search fall aesthetic, October aesthetic backgrounds. That's literally what I search. October aesthetic backgrounds, fall aesthetic backgrounds, save them. Go in your story, put that background up, screenshot that customer's order, just their order, put that order in there, tag them, say thank you. We live in a social world. People want to see what others buy so they can see what they want to buy. That is the point of posting a thank you in your story. And so the next thing I want to say with consistency is it equals success. Justin put both of these two little tabs, these two little, I was going to say posters. I don't really know where I'm going with that, but he put these up on both of our pages. And this is the first part I just shared with momentum. But with the second part, with consistency equaling success, consistency builds trust. So when you're looking at, again, these customers, these potentials, it's not even so much, you can take that off now because we have that on the pages. It's not even so much that you are trying to continue to build trust with the customer, okay? Once you got the customer, be consistent, you're good. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Once you hook them, be consistent, give great customer service, do what you say you're going to do and do it really good. The goal of building trust with your following is to build trust with people that don't know you yet. So either your customers are going out and referring people to you to buy, host, or join. And also, so on social, on your online parties, etc., you are hooking people in that don't know you yet, that want to know what you have to offer them. If you're not using on the dashboard, it's amazing now. They've had it for a little while now, but you know how it tells you how many new consultants or how many new customers you have a month, right? Y'all nod your head if you know what I'm talking about. It's like new customers. If that is not something that you are stretching yourself and that is not a goal for you every month, it needs to be. For me, can you keep up with the comments, babe? For me, every single month now, I want at least 15 to 20 new customers. Now, some of you may want more if you're not at your goals. For me, I have a really big group of consistent customers right now that I've built over 13 years. And so with me, I know, okay, I know I need to lead heavy. I know I need to sponsor and I know I need to sell high. So when it comes to my new customers, I love a 20 new customer a month. That's a big deal for me. 15 to 20, that's one every other day for me. So if you don't have a goal for October for how many new customers you have, go ahead and put that on your goal list and watch what happens to your business. Just watch. That's 15 to 20 potential new people a month that you can get to club or join. Period. You already know they're going to stay because you're going to be the best consultant they've ever seen. But on top of that, the goal is longevity. Longevity is Cincy Club or them becoming a part of the Anchored Sense family, making some money for themselves, becoming a part of your team. All right. And I already talked about social. I think that I am done. And so what I want to leave y'all with before Justin talks is what are you doing every single day in your business to hold yourself accountable to track how you are being successful? There's a lot of fancy things out there. You don't need them. Okay. The most important thing that you need to know is you need to be tracking by date what you're doing and if those things are effective. That's it. So you need to be tracking what are you doing throughout, what are you doing this week? What are you doing October? Tomorrow's the first, second, and third. What are you doing? Start there. And I want you to start with your customers. What are you doing for customer follow up? If you don't have a system for customer follow up, that's number one, because it does not matter how many customers you get. I don't care how good you are at Facebook parties, VIP pages, whatever. If you don't have a follow up program, you are literally just throwing gasoline and seeing if it's going to catch on fire without a lighter. It is a waste of your time. So you need to make sure that first and foremost, going into October, your customer service is freaking exceptional because you want them to go, hey, I have so and so that wants to order from you. I told them about you. That's what I want. I could literally care less about most of the things in my business that fall through. But the most important thing is I want that customer to ride or die for me. And if they ride or die for you, they're going to refer people to you. And that is the bread and butter of your business is great referrals. That's going to build sales. That's going to build potential recruits, club, all of that. So consistency. That's it. Now Justin's going to go ahead and share his little tidbit.
And it's funny because I have 3 points that I was going to talk about, and I don't know if Chloe, I actually sent my notes to Chloe before she did, and I'm pretty sure she stole everything I
I
said.
did not even read your
I've
notes.
never heard her use the word compound ever, and that's literally like the main focus of what I did. She told me to actually treat this as if what I'm doing at the bank, because I'm back in banking now, and I'm a commercial lender for a big national bank, and so she wanted me to talk about how I deal with my customers and handle them, and what I do in the bank. So I just think it's hilarious that a lot of the stuff that she talked about, I actually have in here.
Well, you deal with customers, so
Yeah,
it's kind of
so and
similar.
that's kind of since I've every job I've had has been customer service related. So it's, I mean, from where I started at Steinmart to Staples to working in restaurants, that's kind of how it's always been. So if you've ever worked a retail or in restaurants, you know how to take care of customers and how important it is to have a good word of mouth in everything that you do. So the first point that I have, I have what you call, and same thing you have. Y'all have your contacts tab on our workstation. In banking, we call that a portfolio. It's a portfolio of clients. That's what we call it. So you'll hear me say that a lot. So the first thing I have is protect your portfolio. And what I mean by that is prioritize your communication with your existing customers. That's low-hanging fruit. Are they good?
I hate when you say that term so much.
It's the truth though. I mean,
I hate
those
it.
existing customers are your lifeline for your
Yeah.
business. They are your lifeline. You know what they want. What you don't want to do is, and I've seen this happen to some consultants. It's even happened to Chloe a couple of times, to where they see a post or see a launch or a product with Cincy and they didn't hear it from you. They saw it from somebody else's Facebook post. That's one of those things where it's like protecting your client and always knowing what's going on with Cincy and being in tune with your business, because there are a lot of Cincy consultants and some of your clients are probably going to have other Cincy consultants as friends. So what you want to make sure is that you're on top of what's coming out with Scentsy and that you're sharing it so your existing customers know about it. Even if you don't use it. There are a lot of products we don't use, but Chloe still shares it and it will never go in our house. But guess what? One or two of our customers may love it and they're going to get that product and they're going to, like I said, there's scents that I will vomit when I smell them, but she has two or three customers that have them in their club. So that's something that you always have to think about is well, I'm in a sales game. Somebody, if I'm not going to take care of my customers, somebody else will.
Mm-hmm.
Anticipating needs before they ask. You guys know how long our bars last. You know how long all of our products and the lifetime warranty and stuff on it. So staying in tune and knowing when your customers are ordering, especially if they're new, when you need to follow up with again on a refill or make sure that they actually like the product. How many people are actually doing that? If you have a new customer, are you touching them? And I know that sounds weird, but are you following up with them? We call them touch points in baking because we're actually going through and clicking and making sure we've done that. Are you following up with them within the first 30 days to make sure that they like the product? Are you offering them additional things? Are you cross-selling them cotton cleanups? Are you offering them free bowls? Are you doing these little things to make them not even think about going anywhere else?
Yeah.
Okay,
And a
that's good.
simple way that you can do this is tried and true, but hey, when your order comes in, I would love to see where you set it up. I always tell them, I love home decor. I would love to see where you have it set up. And that's literally how I can kind of get them to unbox it, that kind of thing. I know that's old. I know a lot of y'all probably do that. We've trained on that, but you don't have to just be like, hey, wanted to see if you have used your bars yet. No, just like, get into their world, see where they've set it up. Tell them you want to see what it looks like in their space.
And then find your top 20%. And a lot of you guys with that, what I mean by that are ones that you know they're your best customers. They're your highest spenders. And the way I say you find that is if you have, let's say, 100 people in your portfolio, your top 20 is going to be the ones that you make sure every month they're getting something. They know everything because that top 20 is going to create another 20 more new customers that year for you. And every year they're going to create new customers. Those are the ones you want to do it. They're never going to join, but they're always going to spend. They're always going to have a Scentsy Club. That's it. So with protecting your portfolio, prioritizing communication with them, anticipating their needs, and keeping that top 20%, your top referral engine and your top ones that you know what they want, you know what they're going to buy, and it's never going to change. All right. The next one, which Chloe talked about a little bit, but it's in a banking world, is compound loyalty and building trust. So
Not even read your notes. That's so
that makes
great.
me sad because you wanted to read it to make sure they were
Sorry,
good.
baby. I had a lot going on today.
So that's the second one is compound. But as you guys know, the way you make money in investing and saving is compound interest. That's it. You don't make a lot of money at first, but that $200 you put every month in an account that earns interest, the higher the balance, the more interest it's going to go as compounding. The same way with customers. With compound and loyalty, the first thing I want to talk about is you layer value over time.
Well, and too, let me say, what they'll compound to, you'll find out is their family members. Their mom will start ordering.
Mhm.
Their aunt will start ordering. Their
Yeah.
best friend will start ordering.
It's true. And so, like with each touch point, you'll hear me say that. I know Chloe doesn't like it when I say it, but like the thank you text, the sample, the invite, it adds up. And here's the thing: customers are not going to buy every time. Every time I call a customer, they're not going to take a product or do anything. So the customers, they're not going to buy from you every time, but consistency is going to build that trust, and it's going to be bigger orders later. Consistency creates predictability. So what that means is just like the monthly interest payments that you're getting on savings or any of that, consistent action is going to create reliable sales cycles. So predictable, and that also is less stress on you, less stress on the customer, and it's going to be smoother business growth for you. So that business growth that we talk about with this consistency is going to create predictability for you because you already are going to know and anticipate, and you're going to layer that value, and you're going to go through all that. And then you also are going to teach customer loyal habits. So basically, you're going to train the customers to think of you first for gifts, refills for everything. And the more often they buy from you instead of shopping around, the more your sales will compound with that extra effort.
And I think the best compounding too is when the customer turns into a clubber. Because once they turn into that, that means they are a customer for life, and you've now compounded following up to see if they need a refill, to really just making sure their club is maintained. They use their free product points, that kind of thing, because now they're locked in every 1, 2, or 3 months.
Yeah, and then this brings me to my last point, and this is something, and I'll share a little bit about this, but it's automation with intent. And so you'll hear this a lot, and I know I hear it all the time now, and it's a huge pet peeve for me. Let me know in the comments. Have you heard the term set it and forget it?
That is what they say with Cincy Club, babe.
Yes,
That's the term for Cincy Club.
I hate it. And this
That's
is why. It
that's
doesn't need
what
to be,
Chuck says for
and
set it
I
and
can't
forget.
stand it. It needs to be set it and protect it.
Oh yeah.
This is something I say at the bank all the time. It's not set it and forget it. It's set it and protect it. Somebody put crock pot. Yeah, that's true. However, I've seen crock pot meals get messed up when you forget about them in there. So it's very easy with AI, with all of these new automation tools, with Cincy Connect, to just go through the motions and just send a cookie cutter thing out to send these things. It's very easy to get in that mindset of I'm going to be so efficient that I actually forget the real connection. That's what I mean by the set it and forget it and set it and protect it. Some people think just because you have Cincy Club, oh, that's great. However, what happens when a payment fails and you forgot about it and then they lose all their clubs? What happens whenever they get a new address and they haven't updated the address? What happens if they forget that they had an email attached to it and they don't know how to do with it? What happens whenever all these different things happen? So in the comments right now, are you guys following up every month with your Cincy Club?
So I was about to say that's actually something I do when I have them in a group, and something simply you can say and should be doing every month, checking in, making sure they're using their points, seeing what you can do to help them. Do you need anything? How are you loving your products? And if there's a couple products you see that are new that you think they would love, share that. But that should be a monthly touch point, is your clubbers for sure.
How many of you guys are offering them with the new bars and make sure they add them to the club so they don't lose those bars if they like them? Are you guys offering new products in the club? Are you making sure every single one of your clients that have a wax product have cotton cleanups in their club every 3 months? Are you making sure that they have these things in there to make them more efficient and make you stand out because you're making it easier for them? Those are the ways that I'm saying you set it and protect it. I see a lot of people too will say they schedule their social media posts, but
Hate that so
after
much.
you schedule them, are you actually going back through to see the engagement, or are you just doing the activity of posting it? That's something that's good. I think that activity of actually scheduling social media posts is very efficient. But what I have found
It just doesn't work for me.
with certain things is that you'll have the post and yeah, post correctly, but then it doesn't get engagement because it's not something
Well, and the
that.
algorithm doesn't actually like scheduled posts. They like
But I'm not saying,
authentic. I
yeah.
know, but I'm saying that is important. If you're scheduling a bunch of posts, by the way, and you're not seeing engagement, it's because the algorithm literally does not like that. It spams it, it bots it. They want you giving
Well,
lifestyle
they want you to
content.
interact with it
They
too.
want no, but it doesn't even matter if you interact. That's not even the
Yeah.
point. So, like, if you are, that's just a side note, finding that your social is not getting engagement, I want to make sure that you guys understand that the whole scheduling of posts, sometimes that can become very inauthentic.
Well, and what I
And
noticed
that's not
too,
going to drive the customer. They want to see authenticity, which is why if you're going to batch content when it comes in, you better be closing your own party tomorrow with rewards and getting holiday stuff and batching that content so you have content for all of October. But throw that out there throughout the week. It doesn't need to be scheduled like bam, 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 bam. It's the inauthenticity for me. I hate looking at profiles that look inauthentic. I want to see you, your family, your dog, your cat, you being weird, doing a rap, whatever, thin Cincy. So if you are scheduling a lot of Cincy, I want you to know it is a big turnoff for consumers. Huge turn. I hate to see it. And I know that hurts to hear because I know a lot of y'all do that. But these like massive warmer posts and massive this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. It is a huge turnoff for consumers. Please put that in your VIP page. Keep that off of your main grid.
well, when I'll say
That's
that,
just my personal
and one thing I
tip.
used to notice whenever I used to interact with our leadership page and our team page, I would do a lot of scheduled posts all the time, and I would realize that okay, the post went out, you guys knew the content, but I found that there would still be questions that would be asked a week later, even if I scheduled those posts. So what I found is if I'm on there with the post when I post it, interact or say something, there's just higher engagement. Even whenever we're doing stuff with like either the podcast or anything like that, it's always more authentic whenever you're actually. I just don't like the set it and forget it mindset. It in the bank it doesn't really work because you're always things are always changing. So I just want to put that is instead of thinking of automation to make your business more efficient, use it that way, but don't forget about it. You still need to protect it. And then the last thing, because we're running out of time, is and it's something we talk about all the time, is just to make sure you're consistently following up. Chloe talked about it. We don't need to hit it on no more. I like 30, 60, 90 because it's a consumable product. So that's 30 days to make sure, it's a quick thank you. The 60 days to anticipate, it's time to restock. In the 90 days is to let them know that they're a loyal customer. You're going to continue to follow up with them, send them free stuff. And yeah, I think you guys do a great job of that. And you've heard us say that for a long time, but that's kind of what I wanted to go through.
Yeah, and so, we really are excited about the fall. Um, we really want to leave you guys with understanding. Again, it's the mediocre day-to-day things that you do consistently. And I look at a lot of y'all stuff, okay? I'm looking to see who is consistent and who is not. And there's a very small percentage of Cincy consultants that are consistent in their business that are I want to see if you're doing happy mail or you're following up with a customer, I want to see that. I don't just want to see stock photos. I don't need to see stock photos. If I want to see stock photos, I can go look on the website and so can your customer. And so I really want you guys to think, and that's all like the butter. The bread part of your business is the behind the scenes. Justin literally today was like, where are your stamps? I just printed 50 off last week. And I'm like, I use them because I'm texting and I'm following up and I'm sending mail out and I'm focusing on getting the product in people's faces, getting scratch and sniff stickers, sending thank you postcards that have join information on them, sending join postcards. Like I am working my business. And so work your business, be consistent. What you guys see on social media, what you guys are seeing, as far as successful people in Cincy, they're showing you the outcome of the day to day of what they're doing day to day behind the scenes. How efficient and effective are you at getting things out to your customers, at getting emails out? Do you have an email ready for October 1st tomorrow? I hope so. I hope you're ready because that's not something you want to do at 8:45 tomorrow morning. That's something you need to have ready tonight. Do you have pre-orders? If not, text 20 of your customers tonight after this call and offer and send them the holiday link that's on your website and offer to get their order for them. What's it going to hurt? Focus on being consistent. Consistent actions are not just what build successful businesses, it builds your integrity as a person. It builds the value that the customers place on you. It builds, again, rapport, and rapport is everything. If they don't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. If they don't trust you, they're not going to join or rejoin under you, right? And so we just want you guys really focusing on the incentive, focusing on small tasks every day for the incentive, focusing on small tasks with consistent effort, having a goal for how many new customers you want to get a month. Again, I know I said that earlier, but I'm going to say that again. Like we are way too comfortable. Yes, set it and protect it, but also grow it.
Yeah.
Because the thing
Set it,
is,
protect it, grow it.
too many people are like, oh, I'm protecting my customers. They're great, but you're not recruiting and you're not getting new customers. And what's going to grow your business and earn trips and income and help you reach those goals to pay off a debt-free Christmas is not just the set it and protect it, it's the grow it. So my challenge and my question I want to leave with you guys is how are you growing October? How is it going to be more consistent and more beneficial and more productive to produce productivity produces momentum, it's a fact. How are you going to produce more momentum in yourself to carry on over these holiday months because they can be very busy. And so we are so proud of you guys. We are so excited.
Killing in September. Yes.
We know that the end of month live is on as well. And so
is it on right now?
I don't know if it's off. I don't really know. You're putting me on the spot. But but the point is we're glad that you guys spent time with us tonight. We will post this on YouTube. Have you stopped the recording?
Not yet. I
All
will
right,
now.
we're gonna stop the recording and